Inside of Claude, I'm going to show you how to build autonomous AI agents for marketing that run 24/7 while you're catching Z's as quickly as I possibly can. So I'm inside of the Claude desktop app. It is essential to have the Claude desktop app to be able to run these agents. And these agents are in the form of scheduled tasks in Claude Cowork. So go download the desktop app. I'll link the place to download the desktop app in the description below. So the first thing I'm going to do, just inside the desktop app, you're going to want to connect your connectors. So an AI agent needs to interact with tools to be able to do tasks on your behalf. So I'm going to click on Customize. Instead of Customize, you're going to click Connectors. You're going to see that I already have all my connectors in here, but if you want to go find connectors that may be relevant to you, you can just click this plus, click Browse Connectors, and go find anything that you want to use, whether that be Notion, Slack, Monday.com, Asana. Project management is really important to have a software linked to Claude because it can create tasks on your behalf and whole tons of different things. Gmail is really important to have connected. If you're in performance marketing, having Supermetrics connected is huge if you already do use Supermetrics. If you don't, it does cost extra money to use, but the point here is connect your connectors. Next thing I'm going to do is show you how to build a scheduled task. So inside of Cowork, the first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure you have a project set up first. If you do not have a project set up, you cannot use Cowork, but it's easy to set up a project. To create a project, you just click Create New Project, and you click either Start from Scratch, Import one over from Chat, and if you have your chat in here, it'll show you those projects that you have in chat, or use an existing folder on your desktop. So what I'm going to do, click on Scheduled. Here's where these agents live. It's important that you have Keep Awake toggled on so any agents that you build can run even when you're not at your computer. So what I'm going to do first is you're going to click on New Task and click on Create with Claude. This is the easiest way to do it. Some other things that you could do is if you already have chats in Claude where you completed tasks, or even if you have our connectors already connected, you can go in those chats and say, hey Claude, based on this chat that we had and the task that we accomplished, create a scheduled task for this to run every 6 a.m. or every Monday at 6 a.m. or something like that. It'll go in there and it'll start creating that scheduled task for you to approve. So what this is going to do is it's going to ask me questions about what I want to automate using scheduled tasks. I'm not going to show you how to do this and go through every single step, but I just want to let you know that that exists. I have a resource document that I created for anybody watching this video with tons of different marketing use cases, connectors, and prompts. I'm going to link this in the description below for free. I'm not going to do comment and grandma to get the resource. You can just have it for free, and it's in the description below. Some other useful resources here: what Claude plans you need to have, how to get connectors connected, tasks for creating, or tips for creating scheduled tasks, other general tips here. But I'm going to show you one use case, very basic marketing use case. So I have it copied. I'm going to copy it down here and then paste it into Claude. But basically, I'm going to have an agent every Monday morning search the web for the latest news and developments in AI-powered advertising over the last 7 days for these specific platforms, and then email them to myself via Gmail. So just think about this. You could email other individuals with any email address. You could send Slack messages. You can create Asana tasks. All different things that are in this resource document for you to go and build after you get your connectors connected. Just for the sake of this video, so it's not 20 minutes long, I'm just going to show you this very basic one. So I'm just going to click on New Task. Just going to use my Salka Labs project here. Going to paste that prompt in there, and I'm going to have this build this scheduled task out. So you can see it's initiating the Create Scheduled Task skill, and it's going to create this task, and then it'll show up inside of the Scheduled tab. Cool, so I'm going to schedule this task for 7 a.m. on Mondays. Then what it's going to do, it's going to recommend that I run it now. Yep. So that I can approve those tool permissions. So something that's important to call out is if you go to your connectors just under Customize, you can set permissions for your tools. If you want these to run fully autonomously always without you having to approve, you can change this from needs approval to always allow. But something that you can do, and you can do that for any one of your connectors, but inside of scheduled tasks, you can allow it to run for all scheduled tasks. So when I click Run Now, it's going to go through this process of the first time it's running this scheduled task, and I'm just doing this manually so that I can approve these tools. It'll allow me to say, allow this tool to be used for all scheduled runs without me needing to approve it. So it's kind of a bypass of the full automation, but also the needs permission. You're kind of bypassing that needs permission a little bit and allowing it to be fully autonomous just for scheduled tasks. Okay, so this went ahead and completed. One limitation I guess I didn't realize is that I can't actually send Gmails on your behalf. It can only create drafts. It can send Slack messages on your behalf. So I might potentially switch this task up a little bit to say, hey, send this to me via Slack so that I don't need to go and send out a draft to myself. So maybe I'll just have this message sent to myself via Slack instead of an email. But I'm just going to go to my email in the draft so you can see what it created. But it's this AI advertising brief. It put a breakdown from Google, Meta, OpenAI ads, as well as just general emerging and agentic AI technology. Signed it, your AI brief delivered by Claude. So I would switch this over to Slack, like I said, but you can see the power of this. It wrote all of this, went and across the internet, this agent went and found all these sources, threw them into here. Another thing that I would probably add to this is say, like, give me a bulleted list of all the sources with their website URLs, but you can see how powerful building these scheduled tasks are. So what I would recommend first and foremost, using this new task functionality, but also using all of the potential inspo prompts that I put in here that I linked in the description below. But that's how you build AI agents. That's how you run them autonomously 24/7. That's how you connect your connectors. And let's get connected. Connect with me by subscribing below. Have an amazing day.